you curse them, though? No.
Yeah, exactly.
They would like you to curse. I didn't bring the set that they really want you to curse.
Crap. It's broadcasting.
All right. So at my Sunday Starfinder game, we play with the critical hit and the critical fumble decks. And I've taken to flipping them over so we can count them. We had 6 critical hits and 3 critical fumbles in a 4-hour session.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Did anybody die?
No, I didn't manage to kill anybody. I was so upset. She didn't even
not
get
April
to get
yet.
away.
It's not quite April. April appears to be the month of TPKs. So I'm looking forward to several TPKs.
Have a lot of players died lately?
Last year, during the month of April, we had multiple tables
I remember that. Yeah.
died.
I've had 2 tables die. I am the deadliest GM in the southern half of the
Northern Pacific.
the northern region.
Yes.
Of the society play teams.
Oh, my son is pretty deadly too.
Yeah.
He's killed off quite a few people. First combat in Rise of the Rune Lords.
That is completely possible though, because it's like, hey, let's go to a party. Now here's some goblins.
Goblins.
Lots of goblins.
Lots and lots.
I'm lucky if I can make my players
how many is
unconscious.
lots? Like on a number scale? Because is lots 5? Is lots
1
20?
too many lots.
One too many lots. More than 2.
Yeah, and there was a goblin singer at least, and one had a warg, and a puppy dies. That's the worst part of the whole thing, is the puppy dies.
There's a remarkable number of APs that start out with a horde of goblins attacking you.
Yes.
I've noticed that. I know it's like there's 3 APs. That's the start.
It's almost as if it's a cliche.
Exactly. It's just like, oh, so you're starting an AP. Have some goblins.
Well, now with 2nd edition, it's all going to be kobolds.
Well, even D&D 5th edition does it for one of their games as well.
2 kobolds do.
Are 2 kobolds as good as Tucker's kobolds, though?
Well, but those are still the dog kobolds.
They were
right?
pretty
Like,
brutal.
Tucker's kobolds are
Like 2nd
brutal.
edition still had like more ratty dog kobolds, and they were
No,
still
they're
goblins,
little
or were they
lizards.
some,
Now they're lizards.
Still lizards. Okay.
Yeah, and they're
They
pretty hard.
got the Wayne Reynolds makeover for 2nd edition.
Well, it's because goblins are players now. So.
They're way taller in 2nd edition than they are in 1st edition. All right.
All right. So apparently we've been broadcasting. I accidentally clicked go. So
Hi, everybody. Welcome to... We don't know what this is yet.
Yeah, welcome to our Starfinder channel, or at least our Starfinder live play. We are testing our equipment and kind of introducing our characters, seeing how everything works. So if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but also thank you.
And come back again.
Yeah,
we
come
promise
back
to
again.
get better.
There will, when we have a more permanent address. Right now, we're still trying to find. We don't even know where our characters are right now. We're just drifting through the long
the
night.
post office doesn't know where to forward your mail.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Been having that problem.
Yeah, your assassins of my family can't find us.
Good. That's the way I want it.
And right now, you're just 4 of 300 ice cubes floating through the depths of space.
About 300. Or was it 300 exactly?
The 300 colonists and then some crew members.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who will take shifts interchangeably being awake as we're drifting through space. Do we want to recap basically what's... Do you want to tell us again what's happening while this is live? It's recorded?
Sure, why not? So, our players started out. They have been They have been requested to join a colony to deep space. So deep, in fact, that it would take forever to reach via drift travel. So the company Paragon Horizons has created a new FTL drive that's supposed to make travel across great distances even faster than the drift. And so they are boarding the Compass Rose, the Paragon Horizon fleet's newest ship. And they are going to travel for 14 months in cryostasis to a planet Alpha 341, where they will set up their the furthest colony out the Pact Worlds has ever created.
It's very exciting. I mean, I for one, Enigma, the intergalactic scholar slash hermit slash scholar, no, just a regular scholar, and really, yeah, like I saw the brochure. Paragon Horizon seems pretty reputable. Shoot it full of sleepy drugs and let's go.
Blue juice.
Yeah.
Time to sleep.
Yeah, sleep mask, we're good. So yeah, Pippa is all excited
quick,
about
it's
this
clean.
adventure. You know, they're maybe the people
Free
won't
drugs.
think she's
Space
ruined
drugs.
for more and all that good stuff. So,
Zaku's not excited.
yeah.
Zaku
Especially
is-
after the last thing he saw before he went to sleep.
I mean, that
What,
could have
what
been
did
the
he saw?
drugs.
Can you tell us what he saw?
So Zaku, before he went to sleep, he didn't want to cover his eyes as they were putting this drug in him, and he was in the sleeping pod. So as he was going to sleep and getting drowsier, he saw a lady walk by. And on the neck of this lady, in like a zoomed-in lens, he sees this tattoo of a galaxy with a sword through it. And we know what that tattoo is from previous encounter, in which that tattoo belonged to a Daughter of the Oblivion cult member who tried to blow up the ship that we're now on. And tried and was thwarted by our adventures. However, now as I fall asleep, I see another one walking past my pod. And if I recall correctly, she was in a uniform, like she belonged to the crew.
It's not nightmare fuel at all, is it?
Not at all. I'm sure that 14 months
14 months of
will
terror for you,
sleep
isn't it?
perfectly fine. Yes.
No, you don't dream in cryostasis.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
This is all if like we played to like level 20 or whatever, and this was all like the cryostasis dream. I'll be at 1, I'll be impressed, but 2, I'll be mad.
Nice.
It's just a sci-fi episode of Lost.
Oh no, yeah,
You
no.
land on the
Look,
planet
look,
and
look.
Wait,
everything's
you
fine.
were all dead.
Lost was not purgatory. I'm not going to get into it again. I'm not going to start.
So,
Very passionate about this.
honestly, your success in thwarting that terrorist was actually thanks to your Vesk passenger friend who came in and saved the day.
Oh, I am not a Vesk. I'm a human.
I thought you were a Vesk.
No, Super Bad Girl's a Vesk. Is not a Vesk. She is a
She
human.
uses a Vesk weapon. I thought the
I
same
use a
thing.
Vesk weapon.
Yeah, when I first
Well,
saw
it
that.
was really hard
probably-
to tell with the viciousness that
I
you
probably took it from a Vesk. It was good. It's those otters had a really nice
before
room.
you stole
And-
the otter
and-
folks.
Yeah,
quarters.
that Vesk, I probably still had El Kabong when I showed up at my big hammer, but I'm sure that Vesk had a really cool weapon, and I was like, "What's up, man? You should come over here for a second." And
I like that. That sword or that weapon is good. Is that an axe?
the last planet Superbad Girl was on, she just beat up a paladin and took his stuff, and then masqueraded as a paladin for the entire game.
Oh.
Completely unable to do magic. Like, it was pretty hilarious. So,
Quick, Paladin, I need you to do lay
So
on hands.
this is a long lost descendant of. So it's a family tradition then.
yeah, Superbad Girl's got just does what Superbad Girl does.
Alright. And Leslo Industries has nothing to do with this, right? Nothing?
We'll see.
Oh Lord.
Laszlo's everywhere.
Don't always look at who's writing my grants, so maybe.
Laszlo's multiversal, too.
This is true.
Wait a minute, is this stationary from Laszlo Enterprises?
We're in trouble.
Was that
just so you know, every game so far that we've been doing has existed in the Laszlo universe. So everything's somehow attached to Laszlo.
Okay.
It's a mad scientist character of mine.
That had a goblin that was in our game.
I've
There were
played,
business cards.
I've played a mad
Mostly
scientist
safe.
in every game, whether it's fantasy or sci-fi or modern. I've always played Laszlo. in some way.
I do seem to recall that Dr. Laszlo specifically, had to use a serum of sex change at one point after the Star Sugar Heart Love concert.
Oh.
Had to. There was no other option.
It was a huge hit to my reputation, and I had to change identities.
Oh,
for a while.
okay.
So somebody actually put that serum to use. I didn't think it would actually ever be used in the book, but there it is. There was a reason.
There's a Vesk pre-gen too called Obadiah, and Dr. Laszlo in a game, a sanctioned game, a Starfinder sanctioned game, ended up getting married to Obadiah. She's female Vesk, and so it's canon that for a while he was married to Obadiah. So.
Yeah, in the Laszlo universe, not in the Starfinder universe.
No, that's some proper mythology.
sanctions, right?
It reminds me of when Thor got married to that giant that one time to get his hammer back. No, that's some good storytelling. Periodically end up as
The Laszlo universe tends to lend itself well to interesting storytelling. So you're all asleep
We are.
in tubes.
Yep.
Zaku just assumes he's dead. I mean, he's not going to realize he's not dead until he wakes up, but he saw the tattoo of a bomber right before he fell asleep. So she's here to finish the job. She's the second one who's going to finish the job, and he's dead,
Yeah.
I assume.
So interesting enough, while you sleep, there's this part of your subconscious that is still awake during the journey. And they said it would feel like, maybe 5 or 15 minutes, something like that. But you wouldn't really have any control. You wouldn't be able to really feel much. And it'd be over before you know it. This seems to be going on a lot. It feels like a lot longer than 15 minutes, but it's really hard to tell in a dream state. But what you're experiencing in this dream state is a little more lucid than what you had expected, especially for our Zaku friend here, who is running around in his dream, and there are people trying to kill him around every corner. And now, because of what he saw as he was fading off to sleep, they all have that strange tattoo. And so you remember that the Daughters of Oblivion are actually a splinter cult off of the cult of the Devourer. And they are a group of terrorists, sleeper terrorists, pretty much. A bunch of theories abound, mostly that they're an urban legend. Nobody's ever really met one. And if they did, they never survived. A lot of times they're suicide bombers of sorts, and so there's a lot of myths surrounding them. But all the information that you found in the ship's data in the infosphere while you were on Celis Station actually pointed to the myth of the Daughters of Oblivion. Now you have some conflicting backstories with those guys, with that group. Sometimes they're just rogue agents from everywhere. But some of them are, they're all women. Others are, they don't know that they're agents until they're activated. One Infosphere site has a theory that the tattoo doesn't even appear until they're activated. And so the tattoo is controlled through nanites, and the nanites actually imprint their mission once they're activated.
Of course, you shouldn't believe everything you hear on the Infosphere.
No, obviously not. But there's 101 different stories about what they are. They've been part of movie myth, Holovid myth, for ages. And books and everything, thrillers. They're always the bad guys.
Right. So before we left, did we find out about the person who tried to blow up the ship? If she went crazy and died in custody? Because they did take her into custody, right?
You did not find out what happened to her.
Okay.
But she definitely, she had to be sedated before they took her out.
Okay.
Because she was, when she woke after being subdued by the crew here, she tried very hard to reactivate her bomb.
Okay. All
personally, I think the first thing you should do when you have a subdued bomber is take the bomb off them. That's what I would
mean,
have done.
That's a good point.
Just to make them.
Yeah, I don't recall anybody ever trying that. It was an engineering check.
I'm feeling really good about these people who are in charge of my vitals. It
was
real detail oriented.
Local station security, I believe.
That's awesome. Or was.
Well, they're obviously.
There's a phone in the corner.
They're obviously.
Yes, everybody, there's a phone in the corner. And in case anybody didn't notice, we are at Terra Crux Games in downtown Tacoma.
Beautiful, beautiful Terra Crux game.
Yes, it's an amazing store. Come down and see it if you're local.
Lots of tables for playing, board games on hand, snacks and drinks. What more could you want, boys and girls?
And if you're over 21, libations of more adult sort.
Barley soda.
Very.
Barley soda for the big kids there.
So bad dreams.
Bad dreams, yes.
Awesome.
So, you keep seeing multiple faces of tormentors of your past, but then there's this one new face, and it seems almost blurred all the time, just kind of fuzzy, but they're always right there at the edge of every moment that you are experiencing within a dream. It's almost as if they're just observing right now. And near the end, kind of near the end of the dream, you don't know it's near the end of the dream yet, but kind of near the end of the dream, you feel, or you see this person kind of walking towards you. And as they do, they reach to their side and they slide out a very menacing looking blade. And you can sort of see the telltale features of elf ears, the fine chiseled features of their face. The blade definitely looks of kind of an elvish origin.
Those bastard elves.
And he appears to be dressed in all black as he walks up towards you.
That's familiar.
And he just leans in next to you and goes, "Not much longer." And I have no idea if that Mike actually caught that, so I'm going to say, "Not much longer."
Yay!
And among other things, we might describe a few more things that happened during your dream. But, so, Pippa, right?
Yep.
So, Pippa, you replay the events earlier in your head over and over again from seemingly different angles. And what's odd is you see other faces, and you see these other individuals that were involved, and it's almost as if you're all connected.
Oh, okay.
Do you have an engineering or computers?
Let me take a look. Let's see if I can
In the meantime, you all have similar scenes. Yours is a little more interesting. It's past experiences that you've had. You know, the great ones, especially, and then some.
That
some
time on the
some
T-Rex with both machine guns.
some
so
possibly
good.
of your own manufacturing too. There's like, you know, I could really be the head of that council in Absalom Station. I could do that. And then you have a dream that just has you just sitting there in the main throne, the head seeker throne for the Starfinder Society or something, the first seeker's throne. And it's not even a throne, but with you sitting there, it's become a throne. It's gotten bigger, and everybody else is kind of looking at you in adoration.
I'm so unqualified for this. You get me a pizza.
But what you also see is you see these other individuals that you never saw before the day at the docking or at the warehouse where you were loading all your gear onto the ship. The only interaction that you had with them was with that, in that situation. Oddly enough, the Brunari, the little otter folk that you usurped their space on the ship.
I mean, they were holding that ticket for later. I mean, they may have used it.
Right. You see that you don't see that individual there, but you saw that picture several times. Did you have
I got computers, and I got a 16.
a 16? Awesome. You remember hearing somewhere that there's a neural network actually connecting all the pods together.
Okay.
It's kind of a way to keep the mind from kind of going dull during the travel. And so it provides little bits of stimulus, and what it does is it interconnects everybody in kind of a simple construct, where it allows the viewer to generate the environment, but it plugs everybody else in. And it's odd because you don't see his environment,
Okay.
but you see him in yours.
Oh, okay.
And the same thing. So you see Zaku running around and diving behind things and hiding a lot, but
I don't see what's
you're in the loading bay loading gear, and it's really odd that you do it for a very long time. And it seems like every time you get the room empty, there's more stuff when you turn around.
Sounds like my normal dreams. Okay.
It's like it's never
It's like
stops.
work never stops.
It's endless.
All right.
I would have to say yours are probably the most entertaining. But go ahead and give me a society check.
Well, what am I adding to society, guys?
It would be your society modifier.
No, there's no society.
Culture. Sorry.
Culture.
Wrong game.
Sorry. Alright, sorry, I was looking
That was a
for...
PF2 reference.
Alright, so it is a simple 12.
Well, I'm playing PF2 tomorrow.
No, I feel less bad. It is a simple 12, no modifier.
Simple 12. Okay. It's really not that hard to discover that the people that are kind of milling about in front of you, other than the ones that you've seen on like television or something like that, or on holovids, everybody else in the crowd doesn't seem to be paying attention to whoever's up on the podium. Everybody else, some of them appear to be leaning over, and it looks like they're picking something up, but they're not carrying anything. You've got the tiefling character that you met before you went into stasis. Seems to be running around and ducking behind people all the time. There was one point where he went and dove behind a chair. And you see him, all of a sudden he stops and freezes as another individual walks up to him and leans in and whispers something to him.
Can I hear what it is?
And you can't hear what it was, but they had brandished a weapon when they did. And then they turned and walked away.
Can I move? Or
Absolutely.
do anything? Do I have
It is a semi-lucid dream, so you can move around.
Okay.
And you are sort of aware of your surroundings.
Well, then I'm going to test my boundaries a little bit, and then, move all my fingers and stuff, and then, and I go over to the tiefling, and I kind of shake his shoulders. Hey, man, tiefling kid, you awake? Do you know what's going on?
You
I
can
was
interact
pointing a
with
knife
each
at
other.
you. That guy was pointing a knife at you, man.
Oh, it's you. You with the axe. You saw him too?
Yeah. Are you like what are you doing? You're just running around and like.
You saw the elf with the knife, sword?
Was he an elf, or was
Did
he
appear
just
to be
a
an elf.
different guy? He did appear to be an elf.
And dressed in all black.
Okay. So he was actually seeing the guy. It wasn't part of his various hallucinations where he was running and jumping and diving.
Sort of sounds like that, doesn't it?
Exactly.
So like, but I couldn't see any of the stuff. He was running and jumping and diving.
Yeah, the
to
only thing you
avoid.
saw was the interaction between him and that elf individual.
I explain this to you. I say, look, I saw you having what appeared to be a hallucination, but what just happened, the guy who threatened you, he was here. Do you know who he is?
He was real?
Yes, he was here and was real. Like, did you recognize him? Because he threatened your life.
No, I didn't recognize him, but there's been others. He killed my family.
Like, was there anything about him that was familiar to you other than the fact that he appeared to be a very threatening elf dude?
I just know that these elves killed my family. I was younger than I am now. How did he find me then? I mean, I'm supposed to not be found.
Well, did you plan to get on the ship, or did somebody else plan it for you?
My uncle put me on the ship.
I think you should make your own plans from now on, pal. Like, I think that like we should choose where you go for now and see if these guys turn up again. Where are you supposed to be?
As far away from them as possible. This ship was supposed to take me as far as possible.
Okay. So let's try to like look for an unlikely place. There's got to be some crew area or something we can hide out in, or someplace less likely than this.
So what does it look like to me now? Do I still look like I'm in a street?
It's still dark, wet, stormy night streets. To you, it's a grand hall. You two go ahead and roll me perception.
Yeah, I see a loading dock.
So like how
16.
11.
11. Okay, so you're busy loading, so you don't really notice anything. You do notice the two of them interact.
And so we kind of have been making our own like images and stuff. I feel like, hey, it's this guy. I feel like my sort of projection would have just been a vacuum of space a little bit. But instead of seeing people and stuff, I think they would be represented in this my cognitive space by just like stars. So like I see like constantly, like, you know, when they're talking,
Oddly
and stuff, I see them
enough, no.
moving around. No, that's not what I see.
No,
I wake
and
up
that's
from my
really
dream inside
disconcerting
my
for
dream.
you. That's really disconcerting for
What
you.
do I see?
You see them all just kind of floating around in space.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, you guys can all float in
But,
space too.
but they don't look like frozen corpses floating in space.
Nice.
They all seem to be interacting and doing things, and almost as if they're standing on a surface.
Clearly, the great void has embraced all, or you know, Desna maybe is her name, maybe. But yeah, I'll go congregate with my other drifters and be like, yeah, it's lovely space weather we're having.
space weather, we have to get out of this big open room and find a more
There's
someplace defensible, someplace that we can get our backs against a wall.
This
Don't you
is-
see we're exposed here?
There's walls everywhere. This alleyway. I've been going down this alleyway for I don't know how long, and every door I try is locked, and I can't pick it. I can't get into any of them, and they just keep following me. So I run down another alleyway, and that's all this is alleyway after alleyway. It's a maze.
Fascinating.
And you just see everybody floating out in the void of space. And you're in
Zacchaeus, get over here and help me load this stuff. It just keeps coming and coming.
What are you doing?
I've got to load the loading dock.
You don't have anything.
I do too. Can't you see this box?
There's no box.
Would it be possible for me to use detect thoughts to see to kind of like synchronize my my point of view with theirs or anything like that?
No, detect thoughts will just only detect that there are thoughts in the area.
Okay. But,
You're not going to be able to alter your vision.
So we're talking all about different things where we are seeing something different.
Yeah.
So can I attempt a skill check to put 2 and 2 together and know what I know about computers and engineering, that something,
Sure.
for some reason why we are seeing something different?
Sure.
That's how it's going to be. And it starts. Yes, so that's a natural 3. But that'll be a 10.
Yeah, you're completely confused. You have no idea why this is happening.
The player. I have no idea why I rolled this way.
Both don't know. Your character also knows. Has no ideas.
We expected a dream, but like, can
The interactivity is a bit. Is a little off-putting.
and we all know we're like talking past each other now. We're like, well, I'm gonna get
Yeah, and you've sort of established that you're seeing something different. You're looking around, you see something different than everybody else, but you can see each other and you can hear each other. And you can pick up on conversations of other people around. So one person is busy running a busy kitchen.
It's a loading dock. Huh.
So
It's like we're bleeding into each other's
yeah, and
dreams.
can I? Okay, so I have a decent engineering. I would like to kind of. Now I'm putting some things together. I would like to kind of be like, well, what sort of systems error would cause something like this? What could we possibly do to fix it? Oh, it's not good.
Be an engineering or computers chance.
Just 10.
I think that's the title of our show. It's
Just
not
10.
good.
It's or it's just a 10.
Oh, it's bad. Oh,
That's bad.
Oh, things a bit wrong there.
I only rolled a 1.
Oh, it's gone a bit bad.
Well, this bodes well for the entire show. So, next season, next week?
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I think we're stuck. There's nothing we could possibly do to get out of this.
is there a mystical explanation for anything that's happening here?
Go ahead, roll mysticism and see.
The minister.
So that's my ace up my sleeve. Could it be mystical? That's a 15.
15. While mysticism specifically doesn't have anything to do with it, the psychology of the mind is playing a big role in this. So you do know that these constructs, some of them are more elaborate than others. This is not technically a shared experience type of construct. It's meant to be individual, but because there are so many people in close proximity on the same net, that you're getting bleed over from other pods. So everybody else is kind of as confused as you are.
So are we?
Does anyone look not confused?
Well, the ones that haven't figured it out yet.
Okay.
Okay, so if let's get the attention of the non-confused people and see if we can like wake ourselves up or something, like the people who have realized that something is wrong. Can we get their attention?
Well, I wonder if we could get
Because
everybody
we're able to
thinking.
speak to each other and we know we're all experiencing different things. So for the people that let's for now not disrupt the people who look like they're doing what they're doing, because that, I don't know, that could injure them or something. That seems less good. Like, you're not supposed to shock a sleepwalking person, so maybe you're not supposed to wake up.
maybe don't.
I can check.
Space
Let me.
people.
Is that physical or life to know whether or not we should wake somebody up out of their dream?
Yeah,
that
will
would be
that
life
injure a
sciences.
space sleeping person?
Oh, okay. That is a 16 life science.
16 life science.
Uh-huh.
You've heard both sides of that story.
Okay.
That it causes no harm, or sometimes it you've always got these anecdotal stories of people dying of a heart attack because they woke up from a dream.
Well, I don't think we should cause panic.
You do see the captain or the mission commander.
Okay.
It's not really the ship captain so much as the mission commander.
Okay, so it's not the lady we met the last time. That was the.
Yeah, it was
Oh, I didn't bring that note.
Ebra Frost. It's not Ebra Frost.
Ebra Faust.
Frost.
It is her.
It is her.
Okay.
The Pathra woman, who is you can see her. She's just standing and she's shouting and pointing and things like that, and she seems to be trying to take charge of some sort of situation, but it's probably all in her head. As you get closer to her, you can see her barking orders about getting fire crews down to the lower decks and things like this, and left and
Oh
right.
dear. Okay. I think I'll just march
You hear her
up.
shout something.
Risk-
Where's
yeah.
damage control?
I'll follow them.
Risk waking her up.
Yeah, I think I'm
She
gonna walk up and
knows.
shake her shoulder.
And just before you do that, another member that looks like a crew member runs up and says, "Damage control is gone."
To
Gone?
whom? To us? To her.
No, to her, to Ebra, and she's like, "What do you mean gone?" She's like, "Gone. It's literally it's disappeared."
Okay, so there's another sleeping person who's responding to this one.
Yes.
Okay.
This is really weird. You tap on her shoulder and she turns and goes, "What?
What's going on?
The ship is malfunctioning.
Okay.
We've taken on damage. I'm trying to get repair crews out to work on it."
I'm standing in the middle of a loading bay. The ship is fine.
What are you talking about? Everything's on fire.
She's in, the Starfinder Society building. He's in space.
Space, yes.
We're dreaming.
No, we're not. This is really happening.
Does the crew have some sort of shared consciousness where the sleeping crew are aware of what's actually going on in the ship in the waking world?
You have no idea.
That's a good thought.
Can we ask the captain this information?
She's, "You can't see this?"
No, I'm standing in the middle of the loading bay.
Captain's elusive.
All right. So, what would you like to do? You could try to use bluff, diplomacy.
I'm not good at those. Even
Try
intimidating.
to convince her that she's seeing an illusion.
Can I use
I could try a
engineering?
persuasion. To say like, no, this is definitely a very interesting shared lucid dream experience facilitated by technology.
And then and just before you do that, she kind of shifts, like something shimmies under her feet, and then you see her go wide-eyed, and about a half a dozen crew members disappear.
What?
Guys,
I don't even believe it. maybe it's not that.
There's something I forgot to tell you guys. I'm sorry, but I think she's not dreaming. When I went to sleep before the chemicals kicked in, I saw one of those daughters on the ship.
Well,
What if she damaged the ship?
darn.
Well, how do
Well, that would be bad. Obviously,
we need to?
we should try to wake up and stop her.
Yes, we need to wake up.
Any chance that using the daze spell on somebody would snap them out of their sleep?
Probably not.
Just checking.
They're kind of dazed already.
Right, double dazed.
She turns around and she goes, "You're still here?"
Yes. I'm standing in the middle of the
She turns to you and shoves you out of the way. I'm like, "I need room." As soon as she does that, your scene changes.
Oh.
And what you see is the bridge of the ship. And there are panels that are exploding, and you see this vortex in front of the ship.
Okay, this is not a loading bay.
And you see all sorts. There's
The ship is going
you're
down.
hearing alarm klaxons and everything else going on. Yeah. Well, no, she just shoved her, and then that's what she starts to say.
Yeah, she starts seeing that, so I like grab her and be like, "What do you see?"
Yeah, and I explained there's a
Using-
vortex in front of the.
Telepathic message to Turtle.
There's a vortex in front of the ship. The
Wait, you see it now?
Yes.
She goes and she taps on each one of you. She goes, "I've lost half my crew."
I thought. Okay.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay.
Wait, you're all still asleep, aren't you?
Yes.
We need to not be.
That's bad. You all now see the scene in front of you. The ship is careening through some sort of strange vortex. You've never seen it before. Consoles on fire. Everything's rigging. She goes, "Okay, you're in a construct, but now you're seeing what I am. I am getting a live feed from the ship.
So you're still asleep too?
I am still asleep, but I am getting a live feed from the ship. And I was commanding crew to go and fix things, and now they're all gone.
Oh, okay. So
Can you, since you're in the pods, can you go find out, go see what's happening?
How do we get out of there?
Yeah, if you can wake us up.
Do it virtually.
Oh.
It's safer.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. All
You
right.
now all see the interior of the ship, and you can feel the banging and the shimmying.
So my eyes are instantly drawn to the consoles. Can I do an engineering to see what the damage is?
The consoles are toast.
Okay.
Sparks.
Yeah.
All right.
All you've got are the visuals out of the viewports, and there's a few blinking lights left, and she's like, "I have no control."
All right. So she's wanting us to go like virtually walk out of our pods and up to the like we need
In
to.
this construct, in the virtual construct, go and examine the ship. You are now getting a live feed from the ship. Go find out what's going on and report back.
Okay. So I will imagine or dream or try to control the dream to where I can like start in my pod where my pod was and just kind of stand up and start looking around to see what I
So-
see.
You kind of virtually transport to the outside, to standing right next to your pod. You can turn and look and see yourself in the pod.
That's really creepy. Yes.
But looking around, the room you're in and the dozens of pods sitting in here all seem fine. But there is flashing strobe lights going on in the room. You hear a klaxon alarm going on, and the bulkhead doors at the rear of the ship have shut.
Okay. So like fire doors are shut.
Yeah, they are closed.
Okay.
And what you know is supposed to be another room on the other side of that is all dark.
Okay.
Through the viewports, it looks dark.
Okay. So I went up to the doors. I looked through the viewport.
You look through the viewport and you see a field of stars.
Oh. Okay. Part of the ship is missing.
It looks like it.
Okay. So I will report that part of the ship is missing. Like the back third, back half.
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
You see lower decks,
Okay.
but they're open to space.
Oh. Yeah. Not good. Not good.
Would it be better to do an engineering check or a survival check to figure out which doors are still safe to go out of based on the amount of space we're seeing.
You might be able to find a console that you could manipulate.
Okay. I'm gonna do some engineering to find the least messed up door console.
Seven.
7. That trash can is not a console.
It's a new ship. No one knows like
What the trash
which
can?
like makes you a cup of coffee.
So, where are the rest of you going?
I would like to try to see the exterior of the ship.
Okay.
So just poof into the, like near the outer bridge, I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay,
Like
so
near the nose of the ship.
the ship is still traveling at FTL.
Yeah, that's fine. This is a map. Wait, what?
It's still traveling FTL.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm just gonna step outside and go take
This
a.
is Nick's driving in the back of Enigma's collar and going, "It's not fine."
So,
So don't go out there.
yeah, you don't know what would happen.
I mean, yeah, fair
You
enough.
your consciousness might just get left behind.
But this is just a virtual projection, right? So do we not have any sensors about what's going on outside?
All the systems are down on the bridge.
Okay.
But if we're in the pod, there's consoles that
Check
work
the
in the pod.
bridge.
You can probably find a console in there and be able to interface. You were part of your at being added into the construct. You were given access. You were given not administrative but maintenance level access to systems.
Yeah, check the bridge, I guess.
Okay.
Would be my-
And so occasionally, while you're going and looking, and other people are going and looking at things, you see these small like service bots moving around, and then they'll stop and they'll look at something, and then they'll go and work on something else. Go and start punching in things.
They're looking at, like, they see something we can't see, like
No, they're looking at they're
ship,
looking
okay.
at ship components,
Okay.
and there seem to be about 4 of them moving around.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
And there was one on the bridge.
Got it.
Can we take readings from those bots?
We are the bots.
You are
Oh, we are
bots.
the bots.
We are the bots.
I'm a robot. All right.
You have taken control of one of the observer class robots in the ship to be able to go out and manipulate things. That's how you're able to tweak things and adjust things. You just, when you imagine yourself in another location, you switch bots.
Okay.
So can I access a console then, and just,
Yes.
like from an engineering perspective, see what could be? I guess it'd be a computer's check to see like the extent of the damage, how much time has passed.
Okay,
Things like
go
that.
ahead and roll.
That's better than last time.
Yeah,
Is it still single digits?
it's 14 this time, but still, it was a single-digit roll, but it's 14 total.
Well, the console does tell you that the ship is in bad shape. Something is definitely wrong.
It's
There
just
are-
the SOL flashing.
What it's saying, or the other information on the screen means nothing to you.
We're missing like chunks of the ship.
Can I?
The console that you're at, the screen has been broken, and so you get bits and pieces of information. What you can tell is that the ship is kind of traveling by itself.
Oh, we have to get off the ship.
No, we have to get to the bridge.
We have to stop the ship.
That's the bridge.
Do I see, can I see outside, like in the, is there a window
There
on the
was-
bridge?
On the bridge,
Or-
yes. There are viewports on the bridge.
We were on the
So can I
bridge.
see what's happening outside?
Yes, you've got kind of a swirling purplish black mass.
Would a physical science specialized in stellar phenomenon be able to be like, what am I looking at? Because I'm enthralled, right? Like this is they
can
never
go
they would
ahead
never
and
let me on
try.
the bridge. Stare. Yep, looking right into that abyss. So a total of 9.
You have absolutely no idea what you're looking at.
It is pretty though, right?
Yes, it is vivid in color.
Awesome. Hey, you
It
guys.
sounds like all the electric guitars.
Hey, you guys, come to the bridge. You gotta see this.
Alright, now concentrate really hard. and
We
get to
actually
the
already
bridge.
saw it.
Yeah, get to the bridge.
So,
Totally different than that thing you saw previously.
That thing's just scary.
Scary,
So
awesome.
Yeah.
now that we
it
know
almost
the
is
ship
like
is
a
pretty,
shimmering tunnel you're flying.
like there are parts of this very very large ship that are missing. Are there emergency protocols? Like once the main part becomes inoperable, is there an escape part of the ship, or is there a?
Not an FTL.
How do we get the ship out of FTL? Do we know that, guys?
Pilot?
Like,
I'm
are we
looking
pretty
at
much
the brochure.
communicating instantly in our
I have
in sort of an
telepathy.
in
Well, if you're back on the bridge,
Instant-
you're all just talking to each other.
oh okay.
Yeah, the bots. I tried to pilot it.
Ibra's in the
do.
bridge too, right?
Yeah.
She, as the captain, have any?
She has no idea.
Oh, you're a pilot.
She had a navigator and a pilot to control this. It is a proprietary propulsion system. I don't know how to stop it.
Alright, well, the worst thing's gonna happen is we blow up something. But it's already blown up.
I mean, most
I
things
would be willing to make a piloting check to see if there is a
Yes, so
most
to assist, you have to
likely-
use the same skill. And you have to make a 10 or higher to add a +2 modifier to whoever you're assisting. So you have to.
Because you have
Does anyone else have piloting?
I do have piloting, but I was thinking about
You guys have been rolling really low.
sliding. Yeah, this is true. But I was thinking about sliding in and do a computer's check to see if I could like keep things online for the pilot. But like in Starship Combat, like the engineering.
So you want to do an engineering check.
I want to do an engineering check.
Okay.
All right.
So let's see if she can get a console working for you to try and stop it.
No, because it was on an 18 and it rolled over to a 4. So that's
Okay,
a
so that's
9.
going to make it harder for you to stop.
Sorry, I tried.
Okay.
Good luck.
Come on, work.
All right. This is not to grab a lever and do something crazy. This is to see if I cannot kill us.
Is it a 1?
no, it's not a 1.
Is it a toot?
Yes.
Okay.
And then it did that thing where it hovers on the 20 for like a second, and
Yeah.
then it goes.
Yeah, mine was an 18 and rolled over.
So,
Guys, I
okay.
think the problem is,
I'm gonna wait.
Off course adventures.
Yeah.
I think the problem is not.
We
not
gotta
to
get a
take
console
control.
online
I think we need to do what I do best.
or something.
I think we need to break it.
Break it.
I think it's working. We're in FTL. We need to break it so we're not in FTL anymore. And then I'm looking around and I go to reach for my tools. But I just need my tools. And I think really hard about my tools.
Well, a virtual version of your tools appear.
And so I whip out this little circuit board card and it's got all these alligator clip cables going off thing. And I break open a panel on the control panel and I start attaching panels to it and stuff like that. And I'm essentially trying to purposely crash the program. So
it will
So
stop.
that the FTL
Okay, roll
program will stop.
computers.
So do
Grab
I
onto
get
something.
my tool bonus?
Yeah.
Wait, I can't grab on. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, with tools it would be engineering, but
Somebody roll something.
So that would be a 28.
28.
Oh my god.
I gotta break it.
Time to get space
He
lost.
reaches in with the tools and goes and pokes and tweaks things, looks over, pulls and tweaks things, and he just reaches in and pulls out a whole harness of wires. And all of a sudden, the entire bridge just shudders.
It's supposed to do that.
As the blue black swirl in front of you just disappears,
Oh.
just fades away, and in its place is a giant planet.
Oh jeez.
Oh.
And you're moving towards it.
Can you fix it?
And about that time,
Start shoving the
your
cords back
connection,
in.
your virtual connection disconnects,
Okay.
Oh no!
and you blink awake inside your pod.
Is it going like?
For the record,
The ship
I hate
is shuddering.
FTL travel and being asleep during FTL travel, guys. Let's never do that again.
You wake up cold and groggy. It's kind of frozen. You're kind of cold.
Is there an emergency pull button on?
You are welcomed by a cheerful voice. Think flight attendant. Welcome back. You might experience some disorientation as the effects of stasis wear off. Do not be alarmed. This is perfectly normal. As you disembark your chamber, please watch your step and remember to collect your belongings from the designated locker on your left. Please be advised, this vessel is currently experiencing a few minor malfunctions that will be resolved shortly by your highly qualified Starship service team.
Oh, good. I'm glad they're on top of it. No, Enigma feels more relaxed now.
Your safety is our #1 concern. When you are ready, press the green button on the panel in front of you to begin your new journey. Thank you for becoming a valued member of the Paragon Horizon family, and welcome to Alpha 341.
I am pushing that green button as hard as I can multiple times.
Kick the pod open.
No, hit the button. I'll be.
So you hit the button, and
Would
your
it be safe
pod
to stay
opens
in the-
up.
No.
And you see other pods popping open, and everybody looking in terror because you've got the flashing strobe lights and the klaxon alarms, and there are people starting to stumble out of their pods, pulling off their sensors and everything. Most of them are not even paying attention to grabbing their belongings.
Definitely grabbing mine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, grab my bag.
You see somebody has pried open your locker.
Oh, yes.
Everybody is.
No, just him.
Just him.
Aw.
So you don't have a complicated.
Your stuff is
backstory.
still there, but it looks like it's been rifled through.
I grab what I can.
They
Then.
probably put everything in the wrong pockets.
And he would notice.
So,
Is your game there? That's important.
But,
Is your game there?
yeah,
I'm in a little bit of a hurry, but I'll
maybe
find
I'll
out.
remain like I might say something like, "Now everyone remain calm. I'm sure that this is." Wait, are there escape pods to be paid? I have the brochure. Does it have to say what the escape
There
pods
are not escape pods, so to speak, but there are
The dropship.
drop ships.
Right. To the drop ships.
Well,
Quickly.
you notice as you stumble out and you get your gear and you get your stuff on, rather hastily, you do realize that the back bulkhead door is closed and the port window is not lit up.
Is that where the drop ships were?
No, that's where the half the ship is missing. I think I am going to the bridge. Any of you want to join me at the bridge? And I am booking it to the bridge.
Okay, heading to the bridge.
Yeah, she seems like she knows what she's doing.
And I'm trying to walk as quickly and calmly as not to panic everybody else, who should be heading to the dropships.
I guess if possible, I would be trying to go. So now, everyone, let's just get to the drop ships.
Okay. Sir, I was in dropship 7. I don't see it.
Find your nearest drop ship. Get in it.
You also
All seating
you're also
anarchy.
noticing that the number of people heading to dropships seem to be a lot less than you expect.
Women and children and adventurers first.
Are some of the pods not opening?
No, all the pods that are here are open.
The back of the ship had pods.
Yeah, the back. Yeah, that
Okay.
bulkhead door.
Well, then seating arrangements certainly do not matter. Everybody, let's get in the caravan.
Well, you do notice that 4 of the dropships are missing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
all
women and
just
children and
not
then you
going
watch the
well.
There are no children. There are no children
So
on
you
board.
ran up to the bridge.
I did run up to the bridge.
I'm following
The
her.
captain has
That's no good. They're no
looking up, and she's going out and she's scanning everything, and she's looking at the planet. And she goes, "That's getting really big in that window."
I broke the ship.
She's a really good captain. I like her.
I've made my way to the bridge.
And she's like, calms her down. We need to sound an evacuation.
Did that already.
Good, thank you. You.
Yes.
Yes. You were in the
Yes.
construct. Okay, good. You know what's going on there, sort of. Do we know any other details of what's happening? How this happened?
I saw somebody. Before you put me to sleep, I saw one of those dollar people pass by my pod.
One of those terrorists.
But I couldn't do anything, I was falling asleep.
I don't know what we're going to do, but hopefully they're taken care of by the last half of the ship. She goes up and says, does anybody know computers?
Yes.
I know enough to be dangerous.
What's your plus? What's your modifier?
7.
7.
Can you tell me how far into the flight we got before this happened?
I will try. I might be able to do that. 25.
25. You discover that the clock hit month 14 and then kept going.
What?
How far?
It stopped counting at 6 years.
It's longer than you want.
6 years?
6 years.
I'm an adult.
No, you still look this.
So you know that you are at least 6 years into this journey.
I don't think your people are gonna find you, dude.
Like I was in the
6 years at FTL.
Oh,
Excellent. I mean, I'm not on the bridge.
So I broke your ship. How do we fix it?
You may not be able to.
Should we just get on the drop box and get out of here?
She's looking and like, there's no engines.
oh.
She checks one other console and she's like, yeah, the braking thrusters fired everything, all the fuel they had, just trying to stop us.
So we're just sitting in space at the moment.
No, they didn't have enough fuel to stop our momentum.
Okay, so we're crashing into a planet.
This ship is going to burn up in the atmosphere.
Okay.
So how many drop pods do we have left?
4.
4. How many people do we have?
Enough. Not enough.
Not enough people, or not
Not
enough?
as many people as you would think.
Well, how many are left on the ship?
I don't know. The back half of the pods are gone. Anything from zone 3 forward, I think, is alright, but I'm just picking. But backwards is gone. The doors closed and they're just gone.
Which is like a base intelligence to kind of remember how many people we saw. And make
We had
a guess.
300, so
300 total, but we had a lot less than that now. I mean, how many were in that room that woke up in the pods?
There were probably about 30 in that room.
maybe 60 people, maybe.
60 out of 300?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't
Maybe there
know.
were other pods, other rooms.
I mean, I know the one next to us and any behind that are gone, and the above and below. When I looked out the window in the construct, they were like just open to space. So I don't know if they would survive or not.
Enigma's over by the dropships. We should go find it.
Yeah, what is going on over by the cross?
Lots of panic.
Everyone remain calm.
May I do a?
Can I suggest that you do something else other than that?
No, that's the only thing I can do.
I am going.
Diplomacy?
What do you want to do?
Oh, I would like to do a great and mighty intimidate check
Intimidate will work too.
to tell the people to proceed in an orderly fashion. Oh, it doesn't work. It's a 5.
Nobody can seem to hear you over the screaming that's happening.
Thanks.
Yeah, no one can hear me either.
Anyway, we can turn those klaxons off from the bridge.
Not really.
She said something about a comm system. Can I activate that?
So there are people cramming into the pods. So no, she says the comms are down. But there are people cramming into the pods. Most people did follow the glowing red sign floor lights leading to exits, and so oddly enough, most people have made it there.
Okay.
And it's a very small crowd. There's about 16 seats, jump seats inside the drop ships, along with all the equipment.
Okay. So
And there's 4 pods.
So start
16
bailing,
seats per pod.
So start bailing equipment so there's more room.
Well, do you want to quickly count how many people you actually have? Because almost everybody's in the room now.
Yes.
well, yeah.
And you don't need to roll to count.
Oh, okay.
So
I got a 16 though. Did I count them?
Did you accurately count them?
Real well.
Yeah, I don't want to miss anybody.
Well, and I would think that at this point,
Well, I'm
maybe,
counting
like, getting
60,
the
give or take 60. No, roughly about 80% of the passengers and crew have been ripped off the ship.
80%.
That leaves 60 survivors.
And how many drop
How many? And there's 4 drop pods
16
with
seats.
16 seats each.
That's convenient.
So could we start bailing? Wait, is that
You
the right
think?
number?
That's just a
That's
perfect
just
number.
perfect. It's
You
yeah,
get a
we're
seat.
good.
You get a seat. You all get a seat.
Everybody take your seats.
So everybody crams in. Some people are there's just some people just standing there like,
Grab your stuff and
Is
get
there
on
I
your
could have
ship.
had tenure.
Is there anybody's things that are getting left behind that I could like any backpacks lying around that I could grab on the way?
No, all the gear should be in the drop ships.
But they're
No,
like
but
personal.
like people's personal belongings. Can I just grab one?
Sure, if you want to grab stuff and throw it in too.
Yeah, I mean, in case we
A
find
lot
out
of people
whose
didn't
this
even
was.
grab their personal items. Some of them are still in kind of the leotard suit that you were sleeping in.
All right. Does everything seem to be technically sound with all of the doors and the releases and
These
everything on
drop
the
ships
drop
do
ships?
seem to be okay.
Okay.
Also, the captain and the crew are going down with the ship, right?
They're
We have
included
room.
in the
we have
60.
them. Oh, they're included? Yes! That is
The
convenient.
captain's standing next to you like, what the hell are you talking about?
And Nick was like, nope, space rules.
The captain's like, guess who gets to stay?
Captain goes down with the ship.
Wait, you can breathe in
Yeah, you're
space.
fine.
No, airlock me, it's fine. I'll see you down there.
All
It'll
right.
be about this long and all crispy. Good.
Do we have to pilot these things, or are they automatically?
They're automatic.
Well,
All right.
All right, let's do this.
So you manage to get everybody situated and into the pods, and the pod doors close, and you hear the countdown. It counts down from 10, so everybody has to hurry and get buckled in, and then the latches release, and retrodrets fire it out from the bottom of the ship, and then you can see through viewports the extent of the damage on the starship. The compass rose, there's about a third of it left.
That's what I was thinking.
All the engines were gone.
So how was it still? Was it just moving forward in FTL just because of momentum?
Sort of.
Okay.
So it's once it's established, it just kind of keeps going until you stop it.
Right.
The ship was programmed to stop in 14 months. Something happened.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I stopped it.
And
Yeah.
you noticed all the computers were in kind of backup mode and kind of standalone systems. They didn't seem to be communicating to each other.
Somebody really sabotaged this ship.
If we have time, I'm searching through my bag to see what's missing.
You don't have time because it's a rather bumpy descent.
Everything flies out. No.
Yeah, out of one of the side viewports, you can see a couple of the other ships. dropping down with you, and then one of them kind of starts sparking and flaming.
Okay, so
A
we're
little
all
bit
on
more.
the same ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
starts sparking and flaming a little bit more, and then all of a sudden starts breaking apart as you're entering the atmosphere. And you do recall that the planet didn't look like the one in the advertisement.
Oh no, not
Oh, yeah.
6 years
So,
later.
So
Yeah,
as we're
Totally
falling,
surprised.
I'm holding my bag like this, and then all of you realize it starts getting darker in this dropship, and everything starts getting really dark, and it's just dim light in here now. And I'm just in the seat, rocking.
Actually, we're going to wrap here in just a second. So,
But would we notice? I would notice you rocking, but we just saw a ship explode. So I'm hoping that our ship isn't about to explode because it just got dark in here.
It did just get dark.
so that's a bit terrifying.
Yeah, I'm like,
I am not terrified. In fact,
We'll find out what
this is
happens
nice and calming.
next session.
Fade to black.
ooh, my
Literal
goodness.
fade to black.
Bye guys.
Thank you for watching. If
Yeah.
anybody watched, all 2 viewers.